So there's somewhat widespread panic following news that a Chinese lab has developed a new mutant strain of coronavirus that's got a 100% kill rate and affects the brain. But as usual, there's a little bit more to it than that. Now, I've listened to various experts, because I don't profess to be an expert on this, very closely, including Alina Chan, who is a molecular biologist and scientific advisor for the Broad Institute of MIT and Harvard. Now, she says it's not quite as simple as that, because indeed, whilst there's a 100% kill rate in this new mutant virus, there was also a 100% kill rate in the original virus. But she speaks closely of testing and concerns about it, which I'll come back to in a moment. Now, the World Health Organization also speaks of concerns to say that there were over 10,000 deaths from COVID in December, so there is a significant uptick. And in a report 28 days to the 7th of January, you can see on screen here, there's been over 8,700. A lot of those attributed to the United States because lots of people were not getting the updated vaccine. Now, back to the concerns, and what did Alina Chan have to say about all this? Well, she has concerns about the testing in the laboratories and the way that these tests are conducted vis-a-vis the safety precautions that are taken. Because one thing she said that was quite alarming, actually, was that a lot of people won't hear about these studies until they've been done and the results are published. And otherwise, she says, you'll never learn about it. In fact, some of them don't have sufficient safety precautions. And so if somebody did get infected by a leak of one such virus, it'd be almost impossible to trace it back to a particular lab. And in this case as well, she raises concerns that there are just not enough safety protocols, and that she therefore believes that these sort of studies should not be able to self-regulate, and those funding them should look very closely at the safety precautions and the measures to prevent the escape of such viruses. Because she says it would be impossible to say precisely what would happen if this virus were to make its way to humans. You see, at this stage, it's been tested with what they call humanized mice. Now, I don't profess to be an expert and fully understand it, but all I do understand is that somehow they've been modified to have something akin to a human. So a humanized mouse might have, let's say, part of DNA and engrafted with something from a human so that they will best represent tests of viruses as to how humans might react to those viruses given what happens to the mice. And so broadly speaking, they've been tested on mice and had a 100% death rate. But as I say, this is fairly widespread panic following the news reports, but it's not necessarily any different than it was the first time round. Now, although this could well be significant, we just don't know, according to the experts. And so whilst you might see these headlines and go into mass hysteria, I would say let's just sit back and listen to what the experts have to say, and then we'll all be in a better position to know exactly what's going to happen going forwards, or at least the risks of what's going to happen going forwards. So I'll link one or two videos in the description below that have more information on this from those experts, and you can go and listen to that as well. But in the meantime, please do avoid that mass panic that you might have from the headlines, and I will see you around.